History. The history of Mithraism is complex and often controversial. Early scholars such as Franz Cumont looked at the evidence and made the logical conclusion that it was, as it obviously appears to be, an import from the Iranian world adopted by the Romans and made their own, as the scholarly pendulum swung, as it is wont to do. Later scholars concluded that Mithraism was an entirely Roman creation, based on superficial Iranian symbols in the spirit of Ivy League frat boys using American Indian symbols to dress up their farcical rites. As scholars have also begun to look at Mithraism from the Iranian side as well, it appears that the real answer is somewhere in the middle. It seems most reasonable to conclude that the mysteries of Mithra were developed and evolved a particular form in the period of the Parthian Empire, 247 BCE through 224 CE. Within the borders of that empire, it should be remembered that this empire followed on the domination of Iran by the Macedonians during the time following the conquest of the Achaemenid Empire by Alexander, 331 BCE. For these centuries, there was a mixture of Greek and Iranian ideas, especially among the population not a part of the Orthodox Zoroastrian priesthood. This latter group held itself aloof from Greek influence, but clearly the Mithraic cult was something that was developed outside the Orthodox religion. Among the Romans, it became a framework in which all of the esoteric teachings of the East, including Persian religion and its various forms, astrology, numerology, etc., could be synthesized and brought into an initiatory context. We know that there was a strong cult of Mithras in the regions of Armenia, Cappadocia, and Central Asia Minor, Pontus, North Asia Minor, and among the group of pirates who had bases in southern Asia Minor. This cult was connected to that of the ancient Persian god Mitra, but was evolving into something different in many respects. Armenia had been part of the Persian Empire off and on for centuries. Many Zoroastrian fire temples were built there, and there were obviously many temples built to Mithra there as well. This was so prevalent that the Armenian word for Mithra temple is Mahayan, became the word for temple in general. We know that the mysteries of Mithra seem to have originated in Italy and to have quickly spread north from there. Many have expected to find this cult to have entered from the eastern provinces of the empire and spread westward. It is most likely that the point of entry into the Roman Empire came in 66 CE when Tiridates, the Persian king of Armenia, who was a Zoroastrian priest, the founder of the Arsacid dynasty among the Parthians, came to Rome to be crowned king of Armenia by the Roman Emperor Nero. This marked peace with the Parthians and ceding of the Armenian region to the Persians. Franz Cumont was the first to speculate that was from this connection with the city of Rome and the Zoroastrian religion that the cult of Mithras originated. Subsequent scholars have rejected this idea, yet it seems to fit the facts quite well. Those who insist on calling the mysteries of Mithra a Roman cult invented for and by the Romans miss the large point that almost nothing of the Mithraic mythology is explicable or clarified by Roman myth, whereas Persian mythic iconography and religious doctrines often shed vast amounts of light on Mithraic evidence. Although Orthodox Zoroastrians may have been connected to Mithra worship in Armenia and elsewhere, the Parthian Empire, it must generally be said that the cult of Mithra, even among the Iranians, appears to be an example of the continuation of the worship of the old gods from the pre-Zoroastrian system. We know that this Iranian paganism continued to exist side by side with Zoroastrianism in the Persian Empire throughout its history. Apparently, many scholars have the mistaken idea of pre-Zoroastrian religion somehow ceased with the acceptance of the prophet's religion by the imperial court. With the realization that these old cults continue to exist, many things that may not have made sense to those who want to see in Mithraism a reflection of the Orthodox ideas will suddenly make more sense. Orthodox Zoroastrianism tended to be very tolerant of unusual beliefs. Witness Manichaeanism and Zervanism, and the core belief that people should come to understand the logic and truth of Zarathustra's system as a matter of conscience, not coercion. One of the astounding facts of Mithraism is that it has left us at least 420 extant archaeological sites called Mithraea, subterranean spaces, which the rites were performed. These have tended to survive because they were underground, and after they were closed, they lay forgotten until they were discovered later, often by accident. There must have been hundreds more of these in history, and it has been estimated that there were as many as 600 Mithraea in the city of Rome itself. One of these is under the Vatican. Both the great number of these sites and their elaborate nature indicates to us just how widespread and important this cult was in the Roman Empire. Men, and only men, could be initiated in the mysteries of Mithras. From many different nations and tribes joined the Roman army during this period. A great many of them were from Germania, and it is along the German lines and borderlines between the Roman Empire and the Free Germany that great number of Mithraea are found. It is widely assumed that some men took Mithraic concept away with them and brought them back into their native tribal cults when and if they returned home after their service to Rome had ended. Contemporary scholars have compared Mithras to Wodan and to the Norse figure Heimdallr. What brought the mysteries of Mithras to an end? Like all things that are defeated in history, it is a combination of a vicious enemy and unpreparedness on the part of the Mithraists. They faced off with the Christians, who both engineered the fall of the Roman Empire and subverted it in order to establish their religion as the only acceptable religion in what remained of the empires. By 400 CE, no Mithraeum was active. Pagan critics of Christianity pointed out that it was essentially a criminal gang made up originally of slaves, servants, shady characters, and foreigners. The Mithraic cult was loyal to the empire, and to the traditions of Rome. Even in the origin of the cult was a foreign one itself. The violence with which the Mithraic art and property was destroyed, the mass killing of Mithraic loyalists, all point to the violent end of the mysteries of Mithras and Rome.